This video is sponsored by Christoph Frey. For excellent low-poly horror games, check the link in the description below. What's up, y'all? Boogie Knight here, and welcome back to the Lorethrough. When we last left off Raven Renegade here, we accomplished quite a bit last episode. We were able to get through the Undead Parish and defeat the Bell Gargoyles and ring the Bell of Awakening. Now our journey draws us underground. But before we do that, there's a couple of small things I do want to do very quickly before we proceed to the lower Undead Burg. I want to go back to the Undead Parish really quickly and go visit Andre, because there's a piece of lore that I found kind of interesting, but I also think it's time I start working on upgrading my weapons, because sooner or later this Drake Sword's gonna fail, and we're gonna need to do something a little bit stronger. So in Dark Souls 2, I tended to favor the Battle Axe, but we have a decent amount of Titanite as well, so we might see about crunching some souls and see what Andre can hook us up with. But also, while we're in Andre's neck of the woods, there's a character that we need to visit, and you'll see him relatively soon. Something I need to focus on as well is working on my parry and my riposte. But, you know, all things in time. I mean, I'll never be an epic name, bro, when it comes to master the parry. I used to be pretty good at backstabbing. I'm not sure why we're getting some chuggage here, but that's okay. We're going to talk later on more about this chapel. Andre might actually drop a piece of lore on us, but it might be triggered when we go to a new area. But first, let's go rest at this bonfire, and then journey across the bridge to Sen's Fortress. Now, Sen's Fortress is not available to us until we ring the second Bell of Awakening in Queeleg's lair, but there is somebody here that waits for us. So let's cross over into Sen's Fortress. Obviously the doors are locked, we can't do anything about it, but lo and behold, what have we here? Now, for all of those who are fans of the Soul series, know all about Siegmeyer, also known as the Onion Knight, also known as the Onion Bro. So let's go ahead and give him a talk, shall we? Like a lot of Catarinans, it seems.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall.
Yeah.
Or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge, no matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
Oh, those jolly Catarinians. Or Catarinans. Let's see if he has anything else to say.
Still closed. Still closed.
Now, Siegmeyer, and of course in Dark Souls 3, Siegward, I think his name was, all have this traditional onion armor. That now, it doesn't make them pudgy by chance. There is a way to actually strip the armor off of Siegmeyer and see him without his clothes, his armor and whatnot, and see him that he's actually pretty skinny. But then again, also further down in Dark Souls 1, you'll meet another Catarinian, I guess that's what we're going to call them, in similar armor. So this is just the style of armor that Knights of Catarina have. In fact, in an interview with one of the developers, this was created just as kind of a gaffe, and it stuck. But one interesting piece of lore that I picked up from ENB, that is Epic Name Bro, is the helmet here. There we go. You can kind of see a little bit of a glint of metal right here, kind of facing the facing y'all. This is because the helmet is supposed to, that's a hinge. So the helmet is actually supposed to flip from right to left. So I find that very interesting. So mission accomplished. Good to see you, Siegmeyer. We'll be seeing... I'm going to do my best to do the Siegmeyer quest line. I'm not really sure what it's going to consist of, but why not? Dashing through, her. Yeah, that makes sense. So now we've got our first encounter with Siegmeyer. So let's go ahead and rest. And let's go talk to Andre a little bit. And then see about looking at our weapons. I'm actually going to rearm my longsword, because that's going to be kind of a baseline. But before we talk to him, look closely at Andre of Astora. And who have we seen already in this game does Andre remind you of? Think about that for 1 second while I switch weapons. Oh, so we do have a battle axe. Brilliant, okay. Any thoughts? Oh, I think you might know. The one and only Lord Gwyn. That's right. Once again, Lord Gwyn has... There's origin stories that talk about how he was from Astora originally. So, if Andre's from Astora, as well as the Andre in Dark Souls 3, by some sheer chance, they are descendants of Gwyn. So, this would explain why there's another Andre of Astora in Dark Souls 3. At least that's what I think. Maybe they are one and the same, maybe they're not. But I believe, and don't quote me on this, I believe that it was some dropped lore that Andre might actually have been, might have actually been a descendant of Gwyn before anything else happened. So that's just something to think about. For right now...
Well, hello again. You seem to be doing all right. Need anything?
Let's go ahead and try and see how much we can reinforce our battle axe. So we got a +2, so that's a 114. Let's see if we can buy any more Titanite. We can. Okay, cool. How many souls do I have? Okay, so we can definitely buy a couple. Now let's see if we can reinforce this any more. Alright, so now we're definitely cranking it up here. So we need some more Titanite. Let's go ahead and...
Don't get yourself neither.
Let's go ahead and do that one more time, because I think we might be able to trigger some more dialogue from him. Let's go ahead and crush these.
Well, hello.
Nope, hang on.
Seem
Never
to
mind.
be doing all right.
Crunch, not talk. Yeah, let's just keep the souls of the lost undead, and we'll just crunch those. There we go. Okay. I think we should be able to buy... How much do we have in the way of Titanite? Do we have rubbish, of course? There we go. So we have one. I think we need 2 more.
Well, you need it.
Now, I don't know if this is going to be like the case where... where buying certain items will actually also increase, trigger more dialogue. I could be wrong. Okay, so there we go, battle axe. Alright, cool.
Don't get yourself neither of it.
So now that we have that, we can switch back, and now let's see what other sort of dialogue is. Now since that's a 133 battle axe, I kind of want to make sure... That's a 200, so I want to get close.
Well, you
There
need
we
it.
go. Okay. Let's see what he has to say.
You can forge armor just like you do weapons. Forging armor is even easier than forging weapons. Whether you forge weapons or armor first, well, that's up to you. But nobody wants to see you go hollow. So whatever you do, You'd better do it well.
Okay, so I think we've already heard that. Anything else you want to say to us? Okay, no.
Forging armor, so whatever.
Okay.
I'll be seeing you then.
Now, I'm feeling kind of gutsy, so I actually want to go down, run past this Titanite demon, and show you the next area. Oh, that was close. We're not going to do too much in this area, but I just kind of want to give a glimpse of this. And that is Darkwood Garden. Now, Darkwood Garden has a very, very special place that we'll explore later on. But I just kind of want to see what some of these enemies are like. Now, for players of the entire Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition, including the DLC, know what's coming. We're not going to talk about it too much, but Darkroot's got a significant part to the DLC, as well as the main campaign. So, something's chatty. Oh, hi. At some point, I do need to look at getting a better shield, but I think we're doing just fine for now. Purple moss clumps. Now, this is good. We will need purple moss clumps for where we're going. Let's go just... Everything sounds okay. Let's go look at this really quickly. Okay, never mind, it is in here. You can find it. There we go. Medicinal purple moss clump reduces poison buildup and cures poison. Poison builds up in the body, and when it breaks out, it causes gradual damage over a period of time. Much like social media. Poison can be exacerbating, so be certain to carry the needed quantity of these moss clumps when destined for an afflicted area, like Blighttown. So, that's just kind of wanted to show you that this is the area to go. It's one of the entries to Darkroot. There is another one that we'll get to later on. So, the next thing I want to do before we go to the Lower Undead Burg, since we have the key to Lower Undead Burg, is I want to try my luck and take on Havel. I say try, because I don't think it's going to be very good, but I think where we're going, we could definitely use Havel's Ring, which increases your loadout, which means we can switch our armor from our hollow armor. And for that, we have to go back to the Undead Burg anyway, so it makes perfect sense for us to... Sorry, I have no idea who that is. It's calling me. So we can go back... We'll have to go back to the Undead Burg anyway. So from there, remember that passageway that we took to go up to the Taurus Demon? That I said we should avoid? Well, now, since apparently we are just incredible, we can slay our way through the rest of the upper Undead Burg and move on. But we're not going to cross the bridge, so we're just going to go ahead and lion strap back to Firelink Shrine and then cross the aqueduct back to Lower Burg. I just think that's an easier way to do it, other than having to deal with the Hellkite Drake. You know, actually... we could... Actually, no, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back up to the parish, and then, oh bollocks! Oh, and triggered that. Oh well, just show a little I know. And we're gonna cross the bridge and go back down, because once we rest at the bonfire atop by the bridge that the dragon made us so miserable. we actually will be able to... He'll disappear. There we go. And then with that way, we just have to deal with the hollow across the bridge, and then we can try our luck with Havel. And by resting in that bonfire, that also makes it easier for us. So if we die a couple of times, we'll still gird ourselves for Lower Undead Burg. And something, and I'm not saying I'm terribly concerned about Lower Undead Burg, there's just a boss that has the reputation to make people's lives living hell. And we'll go more into that later on. Oh, I forgot about you. This wasn't such a good idea. We have the boulders. There we go. Alright, we'll take... Ooh, another Titanite. We might have to go back to Andre again. Ah, hell. We got this little fast on our feet fencer dude. I don't know why my computer's chugging so much. That's odd. I apologize. Oh, you tried to go for the parry. No dice. No dice at all, my friend. Let's go ahead and go back down here. We're temporarily safe from the arrow shooting hollow. That's okay. Okay, you gotta drop down. That's cool. There we go. All the soldier armor, hooray. It is nice now that we have that way open. Oh, you are sneaky. Come on. There we go. Oh, I don't want to take you out. I see you coming now. I apologize that I'm not really giving too much commentary on the lore, just because we've already covered pretty much everything except about the chapel itself. And we really can't do too much about that until after we trigger the appropriate response from Andre. Because okay, I'll give you that. Because Andre is really the trigger point for that. Now... why isn't the bonfire... That was interesting. Not sure why the bonfire didn't light up for us, but apparently it has now. There we go. That was odd. I guess it took the dragon's breath to ignite it. Anyways, okay, so... the Hellkite Drake should not proc until we've already crossed the bridge. I'm trying to attack you, but okay. Alright, so I think we just go. We might even see if Solaire has anything he wants to talk to us about. All 10s for the dismount. They're still coming. Let's go ahead and see if Solaire has anything to say really quickly before we try our luck with Havel. Hello, my friend. Anything to say?
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Okay, so that's the same thing that we heard the last time. There's now, also I think around Havel's area, there's another entrance to another area, I believe. Maybe from the lower Undead Burg, I could be wrong. But there is also a shortcut back to Firelink from the from lower Undead Burg, so it's really cool how FromSoft has put all these little areas to fast travel before we get the Lord Vessel. Did he just kill one of himself? No, he couldn't have. This should be our way to Havel. I'm not saying that I'm going to one-shot him, because the only person that said they could one-off him was Dan Giesling, and, well, his life was pretty miserable taking on Havel, but I believe Havel is in here. And there is some interesting piece of lore surrounding what you get. Estus up. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna Estus up before taking Havel, because I am not terribly confident in my abilities for this first go-around. But Havel, also known as Havel the Rock, is an interesting character. And not just because he is a massive galoot with a big old club, but also his ring is perfect for us. And like I said, not too confident about Havel. We'll try him one more time, and if that doesn't work, we're just going to go ahead and move on to the lower Undead Burg. We'll level up a little bit more. I'm not really sure the ideal level for taking on Havel, but that's okay. Like I said, it's an attempt, and I'm not too thinking that I was going to... I'm pretty sure I was not going to actually beat him on the first go-around. Why am I getting some FPS dropping? Like crossbow, we don't really need that. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and just run. I apologize for this, for the frame rates dropping. Really? Or that could happen, for instance. I don't know why the Drake suddenly just decided to fly in right then and there. Maybe it's because we had actually killed a certain number of guys? I don't know. Or it must be triggered just when we pass the halfway point. You know, and for all intents and purposes, let's just try something here. Okay, so no Hellkite Drake this time. It must be on a random thing, who knows. So let's try Havel again. Okay, so Havel the Rock was an adherent to Lord Gwyn. A trusted friend, it even says, at some point. I don't know if the trusted friend was supposed to be towards Gwyn, Solaire, somebody else from the original Age of Fire, or the War on the Everlasting Dragons. But Havel was imprisoned, and obviously has hollowed with time. What set him? What made him go hollow? What caused his imprisonment and in turn his hollowing? And why didn't they just strip him of that damn club to the point that he can one-shot us? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Now, I might do some more digging on that. I don't think VaatiVidya has anything specifically on Havel, but I know there's a lot of fan theories about him. So, the trick about him is to dodge his club when he does the overhead swing. And then, I don't think you can backstab. Oh, you might be able to... No, you can backstab him. Because I believe ENV has done it. But a lot of people just like to cheese it and try and get him to run off the ledge and take fall damage. That doesn't really help when we're running the tank build. Making any chinks in the armor. This is going to be bad. So I think the trick is to get him to... Now is not the time to freeze on me, game. Oh, that was slick. Okay. Now it's time for me to move on. Yeah, I think ENB had definitely worked on the backstab for him. Or the parry riposte. And I can't do that with this weapon. So I think we're going to come back to Havel after the lower Undead Burg when we have some more souls to not lose. You know what, it was a good little experiment to just see how little damage... Oh, come on, you sot. Okay, you know what? This isn't cool. This game's just trolling now. You know what? Forget it. I'm not gonna play tap dance with y'all. I've got to go to the burg. I don't see the Hellkite Drake anymore, so we might be okay. Oh, there he is. Really? So close. Okay. I apologize, y'all. I do want to get to the goal is there's some people I need to take care of. We have the residence key. We got it from the undead merchant. The undead merch. Hey, come get my undead merch right here, kids. Sorry, I'm gonna slip my Lloyd voice there for a moment. I wonder if part of it is the fact that I spent too much time here on the bridge. I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore you. See? No Hellkite now. But now, we use the basement key. I don't think we looked at the basement key description, so let's do that really quickly. Opens the narrow passage leading below at the far face of the Great Bridge in the Undead Burg. The lower Undead Burg is a treacherous place. Do not turn your back on the wily thieves or the wild dogs who serve the Capra Demon. Now, the male Undead Merchant that we talked to in Upper Undead Burg did talk about a demon that has moved into the lower Undead Burg, and that is the Capra Demon. And the Capra Demon has the reputation for pretty much making people's lives miserable. What is up here? Before we proceed further to Burg, I kind of want to see if we can get a view of... Here's something. Is it the dogs? Maybe the dogs. What is this? Oh, hi. Hollow. That was... Come on, buddy. There we go. Just die already. Hollow Warrior Helm. We still don't actually have a... Well, we do have a helm. What is it? Wait a second. Oh, we're back in the Upper Burg, right by the bonfire. Ho ho ho, from some creatures. Dude. There we go. What's he say? Okay, so now that was not the back door back into the lower Burg that I expected. I thought that we were going back to Firelink. Because I know there's a passage back to Firelink. But I did not know there was one back to Undead Burg itself. Oh, that should help us out immensely. Now we can finally go back down into the lower Undead Burg. Oh, now we have battle axes. I think probably what I'll need to do before I take on Havel again is level up more off camera. Do some soul farming. Where is the staircase? There it is. Don't fall. Nice little touch of the bloodstain here. That's cool. Yeah, FromSoft, their attention to detail is always staggering. But then again, when you think about towns in medieval fantasy settings, the lower part of the town... Oh, good. It's everyone's favorite dogs. I might want to switch the axe. Not today, Fuji. Oh, kill. Well, that works. Can't believe I used that much Estus already on these stupid dogs. And apparently, fun is not done yet. I apologize, I'm a dog lover, but I hate these undead dogs, and they carry over into all the Dark Souls. No ambush, this doesn't look good. No. I got a bad feeling about this. Normally we're besieged by Hollow all over the place. Maybe, can we... Anything in the well? Nothing in the well. Anything in here? Okay, nothing in there. Yeah, this doesn't bode well. Anything in here? Can't open it. We can't break it down. What? Oh, what? What is... Ooh, hi. Wow. Well, that was awkward. Died of blood loss. So I was right in being afraid that something was going to come out and attack me. But now that we know this, maybe we have a chance to cut it off at the pass. There's always a way to cheese things in the Dark Souls universe. There we go. I will not worry about you right now, because we're on a mission. Come on, there we go. I don't know why my computer's acting like this, y'all. I really do apologize. I know my computer's old. I've talked about this many, many times. But I might need to pump some more RAM into it, but I just don't have the funds to get a new computer. Like, a good computer costs like $1,600. I mean, this one probably cost me about $1,200 or so. But if I pump some RAM into my system, it might be a good poultice for the time being. I think it's safe to say that the Drake Sword doesn't work well in narrow places. Now let's try. You. Down, dog. Let's try something really quickly. Oh, so the doors are open now. Okay, so they... Ah, hell. And the Estus, hooray. Come on, dudes. Or something. Spirits. Okay. There were 3. Now, let's see what they're hiding. Is anything in here? Nope, you were just hanging out. Ooh. What do we have here? A mail breaker. Do we have one of those already? I don't think we do. Let's take a look. Yeah, here we go. Standard small thrusting sword, unsharpened but pointed, solid shaft that could pierce armor. Can be thrust using the weight of one's body, and it is very effective for critical attacks. Now, let's see if there's anything else around here. I saw an archway. Let's kind of on the hunt now to make sure that I don't get attacked again. Nope.
Somebody.
Oh.
Please let me out of here. Somebody. Anybody. Help me. Unlock the door. Damn. I'm finished. How did this ever happen?
It's locked. Wait, do I need to get the residence key from the undead merchant? I thought I had that. We might have to go back to Lower Undead Burg Or you can just torch us, that's cool. Come on, there you go. Let's see what that glowing thing is. And we have paved the way, so we could run back. But I want to know what that... Oh! Come on. There we go. Double tap. There we go. Aye. Oh, we have 3 now. Don't even need a channel for this nonsense. I think for that locked door, the master key didn't work. Twin humanities. Once again, this goes back to my... Let's take a look at this really quickly. This, well, I was trying to get a good look at this hollow, or this dead... Not you, Raven, sorry. You're pretty. Yeah. Because there is that concept that twin humanities came from a pregnant woman. How do we do the kick again? There we go. Let's go back to the upper undead burg and go see the male merchant, because I think we need the residence key for that. We're not going to rush to the bonfire because I don't want to reset these dudes. We'll try the Capra Demon once. I highly doubt we will one-off him. I'll be incredibly surprised if we did. But I don't think I'm ready. Because I've heard nasty things about the Capra Demon. And I don't know too much lore about it other than the fact later on in game, this boss basically was a bunch of little minions. Now, there is another way into Blighttown that we could do since we have the master key. I am purposely ignoring it. I will show you the link, no pun intended, between Firelink Shrine and Blighttown when we get to that part. But for the sake of this lore through, I'm gonna act as though it doesn't exist till later on. And I mean, I could work on my parries with this dude. You know what? That was foolish. I've never been one with parrying. I've always gone for the backstab. Great, now we have both of these blokes. You know what? I don't have time for this. We got stuff to get done. So if you don't mind... we'll leave you to your own.
Ow. Still think I never had.
Yeah. You're a twit. Okay, so we do need the residence key. The bottomless box. We don't need that. We're okay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, I think this is what we need to unlock that door, because I believe there is an NPC that we can use to our advantage with another piece of geographical lore. Really, dudes? Really? Alright. See you around. And we're off. Up here, around here, and back down. Not sure if it's a good idea. I don't know if the Capra Demon has any NPCs we can summon. There might be. We might test that out when we get back to Firelink. Come on. There you go. Nope, don't drop. Now, Lower Undead Burg is fairly small in size, but there's a few things that we can do. First and foremost, let's go rescue this NPC from the locked door. Is it over here, I think? Okay, yep, perfect. So we didn't... Let's actually look at the residence key really quickly. We didn't even look at that. I need to remind myself a lot of that, sorry. Key to a residence in the Undead Burg. Simple, sturdy design of the locks in the burg keep out unwanted visitors. But this is a standard key, and these parts will open several residences. So maybe... Hi. Oh, okay. This guy's fine. Which character is this, though?
Brilliant. You opened the door for me. Thank you. I'm saved. I thought I might never escape. I am Griggs of Vinheim, a sorcerer of the school. I am much obliged for your assistance. Thanks to you, I may now resume my travels.
Okay, Griggs, that's good. He was a student at the Dragon School in Vinheim.
Oh, hello. I have my sorcery. And I will be more cautious next time. Besides, I have an important task at hand.
Do you now?
Oh, hello. I'm fine.
Okay.
I will rest a while. I have my... Besides...
Okay. So... Nothing we can take from your corpse? Okay, for a second I thought that we could... Oh, so there is something. Yes. Sorcerer's in hat. Okay.
Oh, hello. I'm fine.
Nope.
I have my sorcery. Besides, I...
There. Let's look at this really quickly. Ooh, hang on. Gargoyle Helm. Let's go ahead and arm that. Okay, that works better for us. Are we... Let's look at our... Okay, so we're not fat rolling yet, I don't think. Let's take a look. I think we're still mid-rolling. Oh, there's more we can pillage. Sorcerer's Catalyst. Okay, catalysts are weapons mainly used for sorcerers and whatnot. I believe you can get a Chandler's catalyst as well, sorry. No, let's go over here. There we go. Let's actually look at the sorcerer's stuff. Cloak worn by proper sorcerers who studied at the Vinheim Dragon School. The majority take pride in having studied at the academy and look down on those breaking the formal dress code established for sorcerers. Interesting. So, those that studied at Vinheim apparently act as though... Okay, we've already been down here. They're better than the rest. And I wonder if that's the same case for clerics, if clerics can study at Vinheim, or if it's kind of primarily relegated to Thorland. I'm not altogether certain. Let's go ahead and shield up really quickly. I'm kind of digging his gargoyle helm. Is there anything we can get in here? Nope, never mind. Okay. I'm going to tread very cautiously now that we might get hosed by those cloaked assassins. That's what I was afraid of. Oh, good. I guess Bloodlust just nails you in one fell swoop as opposed to, like, Curse or... That's not good. Large soul of an undead. Is that the boss area? I don't know. There's something in here, though. Thief outfits and a target shield. Brilliant. I don't really feel safe looking at that right now because of how we could get ambushed at any given time. Let's go ahead and approach the fog gate. Oh, hang on, there's something over here. Hang on, let's go and cruise on down here. I know there's a way back to Firelink. And a good one, too. Oh! I really think I need to switch to my axe when I get down to Blighttown. Let's see. Something over here. What? There's crossbows around? Large soul of lost and dead. I can dig that. What is this? It's locked. What that means? It means we need a key to the door. That's not what I meant. I hear you talking, Lloyd. Don't worry, Lloyd will come back later on. Lloyd is not really making a guest appearance in this walkthrough. Is this going to take us back to Havel? Feel like it might be. I don't know. Oh! Okay. So this is the female counterpart to the male undead merchant in the Undead Burg. But she sells moss clumps, which is great, as well as poison throwing knives and dung pies. Atrocious fecal waste material throw at enemy to build up toxins, but also builds up your toxicity. Although the stench makes it difficult to carry on one's person, turning an enemy toxic inflicts high damage over a period of time. Roaring skulls are good. Charcoal pine resin. We might buy that. Transient curse, rotten pine resin, that's poison. Homeward bones, prism stones, and humanity, so on and so forth. Okay, so this is definitely where we need to go. I might see about becoming human at Firelink. Because this, okay, remember that lock gate before we went to the upper Undead Burg? This is the gate at the very end. So there should be a giant rat there. There it is. So now we can quickly from Firelink all the way back to Lower Undead Burg. This saves us a lot of time and a lot of effort. While we're at it, we might see about leveling. I don't think we have enough to level. Yeah, I remember when these enemies took us several hits to take down, and now we're just hosing them off. Works fine for me. As always, y'all, you know, if you guys have any feedback you want to give me on the game, I read every comment, and I do appreciate the constructive feedback y'all give me about various things. Once again, Orin had a good piece of lore he dropped on me. And there is Griggs. Let's go see if he has anything to say to us.
Oh, hello. I regret meeting you under such compromising circumstances. At least we both made it back unscathed. Oh, hello. Terrific to see us both in one piece. And pray that you never go hollow.
Let's see if he has anything else he wants to say to us.
Oh, hello. Terrific to see us both and pray.
Okay. He will drop some information to us later on as things go aft. Actually, maybe if we crunch some humanity, maybe he will tell us a little bit more. Then let's go ahead and crunch large soul of Lost Undead and see if we can up our level a bit. So I kind of want to see if there's anything that we can... If we can summon anybody. Maybe Solaire? I'm not sure. Let's see if we can do any leveling. Okay, no we can't. Let's go ahead and crunch one more large soul. There we go. That's a nice little helm there. I think we want to up our deck. Nope, never mind. We need 50 more. Oh, you sot. Well, one thing we can do. Let's crunch one more. Nope. There's no point on that. And then let's rest. I don't know, he keeps calling me. Never mind. Okay. Level. There we go. Okay. So I think... we could up our equipment a little, but I think what we're going to need is... our endurance... No, let's up our vitality. We need to get our health up. And now we can go back through the aqueduct, back to the lower undead burg, and praise the sun if we don't die. But maybe there'll be someone we can summon before taking on the Capra Demon. There's various things that I can be confident about boss-wise, but I've heard some pretty unruly stories about the Capra Demon. So if I can even just get somebody to aggro the Capra Demon or take out his ads. What I've heard about the Capra Demon is it's a very small chamber, and he has 2 of the demon dogs protecting him. So the trick is to take out the dogs. Now, there's also a way you can cheese the boss battle, from what I've heard. I deserve that one. And I think as he's a demon, we might switch to the battle axe and... do we have any... Because the demon's being susceptible to fire, I believe. Keyword I believe. I'm not 100% certain. I know dragons are weak to fire, or to lightning. So maybe we can buy some charcoal pine resin Which would kind of make sense when you think about it, since the first demons came from the old flame of chaos. I don't know. I feel like she's got a really soft voice. We could probably... Dung pies. I don't really want to go down that approach. Let's go a little bit further. Okay, so we can't go any further up, so we don't have to worry about Havel here. That's my great relief. Do have to deal with the thief, the thieves, and we do have that thief armor that we can look at. Do that when I know we have a clear shot. I think I know what we need to do to get that door open. The master key's not cutting it. Nice little pirouette there. Come on. That was stupid. Damage. I'm sure these messages are probably like, try jumping. I don't look at the messages just because a lot of them just kind of say trolly things. I'm gonna ask to stop. Let's see if there's anybody we can summon that's nearby. I don't know if there is or not, to be honest with y'all. I don't think there is. I think we're on our own. But I think the cheesy way that people try to do is to throw dung pies over the wall. You know what? Go on then. There isn't a summon sign here. Either way, I've been playing for about an hour now, so we need to go ahead and try our hand at this. And I'm dead. Yep, dead. No, hey. Nice, There we go. Got a couple of hits off him, though, so... Yeah, now you know what I have to deal with. I think it would be a little bit easier if it wasn't just dropping frames constantly. But like I said, I've been playing for about an hour now, so this is probably as good of a place as any to stop. When we pick back up, we'll take on the Capra Demon, and hopefully move on to the next area. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any feedback you want to give me, including tactics on how to take on the Capra Demon, let me know. I read everything, as long as they're not spoiler heavy. So, of course, with that being said, before I call it a night, if you like the Boogie Night Project and you want to find out more, I do have a Twitter page, as well as a public Discord channel, and links to both of those are in the description below, as well as a link to my temporarily defunct Twitch page, and, of course, if you're so inclined, my Patreon account. Also, a very big thank you to Christoph Frey for being my sponsor. I much appreciate it. Once again, if you like low-poly horror games, definitely go check him out. His link is in the description below as well. So, otherwise, I hope you all have a fantastic evening, And I'll catch you on the flip side, alright? Peace.